What's happening, Flow State Jedis? As you can see, the monkeys all around us, and we're tapping in Primal Sutra once again. Say hello to the brothers and sisters. So today's video is going to be all about monkey business, okay? Monkeys have such a vibe where they're highly intellectual and they're thinking, right? But at the same time, they seem to have this playfulness, right, Ryan? It's like the calculatedness with the sense of, I'm just here to fuck around, like, you know?
Well, in essence is that they know what they want and they figure out a way to get what they want in whatever way possible. And what happens is it's just so pure and uncut that it's just goofy. That's why we call it monkey business.
Yeah.
It's like toddlers that are very intelligent and shit.
Exactly. Wait, hold on. Joey, what do you have to say about monkey business, bro?
Monkey business, it's essential to life. Always be playful.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's what we were talking about. Like, you got to have a sense of goofiness, you know, like a sense of like, I'm ready to just have some fun.
What is life for if not fun?
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Like, what's to enjoy?
We were talking about this earlier, bro, but we're walking a very fine line of
what?
Healthy hedonism and spiritual mastery. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a very unique combination. Yeah.
Yep.
It's all about that because
look, if you look at the stages, like it's all about, you know, the vajra, the sex and all that shit.
Yeah, there's a very
like
sexual
titties,
energy here for sure. All the walls are filled with like sexual artwork and stuff like that.
Clearly. I'm not sure if this is a place for kids, but it is fun to look at.
The idea is, man, hedonism actually goes into a lot of different concepts of psychological hedonism because we are technically always going towards pleasure and away from pain as human beings, right? And so the hedonists really believe in this idea that we're here for pleasure. You know, why are we here? But then also, I think we understand the concept of giving our pain as an offering to our gods, you know, and that's a different concept too. So whenever you face mild, like a high level of pain, like let's say you push yourself to go to the gym or you do something out of your comfort zone, like we were riding ATVs, you know, definitely out of our comfort zone, right, bro?
Way out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Man, that's just like controlled chaos right there.
Exactly, controlled chaos, right? So you want to be able to push yourself through the pain, and you'll notice you'll have a mild pleasure that rides out throughout the day. Like when you really push yourself, there's going to be a blissfulness, an orgiastic energy, as Wilhelm Reich calls it, that just takes over. And it's the same thing when you put yourself into, you know, a high level of pleasure, right? You'll feel like crap. You know, it's like you keep watching porn, you know, jerking off. You're going to feel bad after a while. You're like, what am I doing? I'm just playing with a gummy worm, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know, like after a certain point, you should go see a doctor at that point. You know what I'm saying?
This environment is like very sacred sexuality-esque.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Talk about the idea of sacred hedonism for a second.
Sacred hedonism? What are we here to really do on this planet, man? I think it's to explore, feel good, start to engage with all of our senses, you know? A lot of the times we as people, you know, we disconnect ourselves from our senses. Like we want to actually get away from our senses. And actually yesterday we found this amazing little Naga statue where the head was missing actually.
Yeah.
And I was telling Ryan, like, he was saying a little while ago, like, man, I think I'm starting to lose my mind because I'm doing all the shamanism. Yeah. I'm exploring so much of this spirituality that it's making me feel kind of insane, you know, to a certain point. And I said, isn't that the best way to live? Is out of your mind, right? Because if you're in your mind, you're constantly overthinking. You're thinking, oh, what is the next thing to say? What is the next thing to do? Instead of actually slowing down, feeling the presence, feeling the moment, feeling the effortlessness or the flow state, and allowing time to glide past you instead of trying to force it to happen. You can mentally do gymnastics, but until you're on the gymnastics mat, it doesn't mean anything. We're actually in here, in the monkey forest, in Bali, doing it big. I'm over here, looking like some kind of a shamanic Super Saiyan. Hello. At the same time,
Yo.
yeah. Oh wow, that's incredible.
That's a good snake.
That's a good snake. That's what she said.
Stop it. Jesus.
I will never stop.
Like a kid to you, man.
As we start exploring this monkey fortress, we start to understand that, you know, sacred hedonism is more so about enjoying yourself and engaging with your senses. It's not so much that you're trying to fizzle all your energy out at once. It's like you're riding it, you know, you're playing the game a lot slower than you actually need to. So there are going to be moments where you need to be a little bit more laid back, a little bit more reserved and passive. And there are other times where you completely become full-on, active, 100%. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a combination of both of those things. Speak to these people about shamanic powers, because we're like the neo-shamans here, you know what I mean? We're not really like old school. We didn't get initiated, you know what I mean? We kind of just accidentally kind of flung ourselves into this mystical world, you know?
Well, it depends on what you want to talk about specifically, but if you want to know my perspective,
yeah,
it's seek the freedom.
Seek the freedom.
Seek the freedom. Anything that sets you free. Like, the reason I'm doing shamanism is literally to set myself free. You know?
Yeah, the shaman is the one who knows.
The one who knows.
So it's not like a knowing of like, oh, I know everything. It's more so of a knowingness where you feel like, I got this.
Like, here's the thing.
I understand this. I comprehend this, but on a spiritual level, right?
I mean, we consider ourselves expert, and here's the thing. It's the more we learn about this.
Hey, let's go down to the forest.
Yo, of course. Hey, what, selfie time with a monkey? Come on, man.
Selfie time.
Watch your step, Joey. It's slippery as
So
fuck.
the shaman is the one who knows. The savage is the one who does not fear. So the savage shaman, or the shaman, is the one who knows he does not fear it. Oh, that's cute. Straight up protectors. They're walking through this place like, you know, I'm about my business. You know what I'm saying? I'm about my business.
We're talking about the shaman that does not fear. Well, I don't think you should have to fear, because at some point, what are the two main fears that man has? Falling down and death.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah, falling down also because we were in our mother's stomach, and then she felt this fear of like just falling over because she was pregnant with us. So that's an unconscious one. And of course, the fear of death relates to the fear of everything. It's really a fear of losing ourselves, right? We're scared like we're gonna lose parts of our identity, and that's what freaks us out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At one level, these monkeys, they have this sense of they're very peaceful.
Oh yeah.
They're very, very peaceful. They're in their own world. This is their nature. And at the same time, there's a level of don't fuck with me.
Yeah, but they're all casual about it.
But it's very casual. Yeah, it's like a radiator hum in the background, like an energy that is subconscious.
It's more of a disclaimer, like, abide by the laws.
Yeah.
And we good.
Exactly.
If you
Don't
ever get
start
a chance,
nothing, there won't be nothing.
yeah, exactly.
Mm.
To the viewers, definitely come over here. Like, this is amazing. Like, the architecture, the way that it's all built, and it's all like so casual. It's you don't have this back in Europe in this way. It looks like a coliseum that has been taken over by nature, and humans just took it back and just left nature as is.
Straight up.
Like, it's only used to some extent. What you'll notice in Bali as well is, like, there's a very close relationship with nature.
Facts.
Without making it something hype or something. It just is.
Build architecture around the nature.
Exactly.
Not through the nature.
Like the Western world tends to do. Like, there's something to say about how they do it here. And maybe that's why our shamanism tends to be better. There's a freedom with working with nature.
Oh, absolutely.
And just seeking your own freedom through it.
Yeah, the nature, it's incredible because, you know, nature's path is basically the chosen way. And, you know, we talk about this idea in Primal Sutra about cultivation. You know, we need to cultivate our chi, our prana, our energy. And being around nature is the perfect way to just replenish that and you'll feel all your, emotions, endorphins, all of the little peak pockets of time and space just start to collide with each other. And, we're both becoming pretty proficient at channeling. And more, we start to find that there is almost like, you see, channeling is almost like a self-possession in a sense, but it's not so much like what you would actually say as possession, because you still, at some level, have a sense of control. At some level, you have a sense of like, okay, I'm still in the driver's seat here a little bit. I am, using this vessel to pull something through, whether it's your higher self, whether it's your subconscious mind, whether you're actually working with entities. We don't know, okay? But as shamans, we just keep moving forward. We start looking at this almost analytically a little bit too, because I know you come from a data background, right? So what is it like to actually, be shamanistic and also think about data? That's an interesting question.
The way I've experienced it, right, is initially being super skeptical and just testing the assumptions.
Yeah.
And as the assumptions were tested and positive results were gained, it's pretty fucking easy to just delve in. Where it gets hard for me as more of the analytical type is the letting go of the control I have over myself.
Yeah. Or like making sense of situations, like trying to make sense of it so much. Hello?
Yes, please.
That is very much your rational mind, but what you're doing is you're testing it out actually through experience, and I think that's
at the end of
thing.
the day, my style of shamanism is nothing more than seeking truth so that I can set myself free.
Absolutely.
And whatever it takes,
absolutely,
you just do. Whatever it takes, you just do.
Free forever.
I mean, could you reverse it?
Free forever, right, Joey?
Forever free, baby.
Forever free, baby. Baby.
Making dinner.
Make some patty cakes.
Yo, bro, I want some pad thai.
Pad thai.
Okay. DJ over here.
Yeah. Crack these nuts. sorry, it's YouTube. It's YouTube. My bad. We should get a Patreon and like a wall payment.
Yeah, dude, we need a Patreon.
Like at a plus 18.
This is like becoming like a from PG-13 to R-rated real fast.
Yeah. How could you not? How could you not?
When you have, the eternal
Yeah.
fuckboy shamans, you know what I'm saying?
Eternal fuckboys indeed.
Eternal fuckboy shamans, then it's a different story.
To go back to the original thesis of what is a shaman really, it's nothing more than a medicine man for himself, because he needs to find a new sickness and then work through it. It's like the mother that invents.
Yeah.
Right?
You know what, man? I find it so interesting that, my parents are doctors and I come from a little bit of a medical background in that sense. So I do know like homeopathy and like just little things like that. But I also... thanks, man. I still like to explore with different, herbs, Ayurveda, different things that really start to stretch and expand your skill set as a shaman, right? Because there's certain practices, like for instance, we are hopefully headed to, careful there, bro. We're looking for that altered sense of perception to be able to pull through the downloads, we call them downloads, that come through our minds. Like for instance, this video, I'm just completely speaking off the top of the dome, as I'm walking a monkey forest. Like
basically, yeah.
Like
this is a monkey temple, clearly.
Monkey temple, man, yeah.
Imagine, the Jungle Book, yeah, it's actually like that.
Yeah.
A little bit more organized, but other than that, yeah, it's
Straight
clearly
up.
This has been affected by nature.
We're straight up in a Jungle Book, bro.
Yeah. Like in the distance, I can't see through the forest. This is like...
We're like deep into the heart of the jungles.
Yeah. Like this is what makes this work fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you gotta treat the business like a job.
Oh yeah, our Ikigai is on point, man. It's like, we feel like we've merged work and play so well during this trip.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And that's been such a wonderful experience, because usually people segregate those two things.
Fair.
You know what I mean? It's like, oh, I have to go to work now, I have to play. I have to go out tonight. And we are just like, yo, this is a part of our life, bro.
Like
You
I
have to
don't
live.
mind. We
You
don't,
know
you
what
know how cool it would be to do this like every other month,
Oh yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
right? And
This is why you need to come to this retreat, you know?
oh yeah, y'all missed those that didn't show up to this. Y'all missed out on a lot. If you happen
Yeah.
to be from the spiritual Nagalinians and you're not coming to Bali to visit the Naga temples,
Oh, yeah.
y'all missing out. Another thing you can talk about is the idea of fundamental magic. If you know where you are and you know where you want to go,
Yeah.
life tends to get easy.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
as more of the analytical shaman, so to speak, that's how I approach it. And if
Right.
my goal is to be my most free, then why not set myself free by just, on the one hand, taking a vacation, as well as organizing an event around the spirituality we were going to do here anyway.
So yeah, one of our guides, Chief Deno, was telling us that there's such things as mental parasites, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And the way that you stop a mental parasite is you completely stop believing in them. Actually, belief is the power, the fuel that gives it its energy.
Would you say belief or attention? Because they're slightly different.
I would say belief, because it's like a belief has like a background story, you know?
Yeah.
Like it's a subconscious thing. Like it's an element where you're like, oh yeah, I believe that this bad thing is gonna happen. But if you deny that reality completely, if you're like, nope, that's not true. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
not true. That is such a powerful way to practice this kind of, art form, because that's really what it's about. Say hi to YouTube, guys. That's what really we have to do as shamans. We have to go into the forest, my friends.
Yeah.
Into the forest. Yeah.
I literally avoided drop this phone on my third eye.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Hey,
Man, this
you're
trip
getting
is
blessed.
amazing. Like every
So-
time it happens, something else happening.
Yo, tell them about the bill that we got.
So we went to like this pretty chill restaurant, right? And by the end, we tried to pay. And wouldn't you know it, we got literally like 5 so all across, and we're sitting at table 5. So
Yeah.
it's like at this point, just
555 was the bill.
Just
and
have
we're
faith
like,
at this point,
what? I think Joey pointed it out. Bro,
Yeah.
look at this bill right now.
Yeah.
I'm going, no, that's not real, dude. That's got to be a typo. But we were on table 5 as well, and
But
so
it happened twice that day, right?
and it was the 55th image on Primal Sutra, the group we posted in Primal
Yeah.
Sutra. So now we're like, okay, the synchronicities are just bound to happen. But how unlikely is that? You get what I'm saying, guys? Like, there's something so unlikely about that. But the more you do this practice, the less you kind of be like, oh, like, it's just a coincidence, man. You start to be like that less. You honestly start to be more like, yeah, I see point A and point B. I see the connection, the invisible thread, and whatever I pull from these two worlds, I now become the middle point. I become the shaman who rides in the liminal spaces instead of the one who completely dedicates himself to one art form, right? We're not like black magicians or like light magicians, no. We're the gray Jedi, man. We're in here looking at it from 2 different points of view,
Well,
2 different angles.
By not going for the extreme, you kind of set yourself free from the boundaries that
Oh,
has been
absolutely.
set. And
Yeah.
that's kind of the idea of the art that we're practicing. It's all about freedom and how you set yourself most free. You focus on how the performance.
Right.
Like you could be the richest motherfucker. If you have diabetes, you're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
If
Absolutely,
they can
right?
work,
Yeah.
Like you know the stories I told you, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like what does all the money matter if you can't even get it off? At that point, man.
Yeah. Seriously, though. That's a real point.
And even worse, if you can't even heal the sickness,
Yeah.
like good luck.
Yeah. And on a physical, like, visceral level,
Main
like-
temple or spring temple?
Let's go to the Spring Temple.
Spring Temple. We have a quote out here in Primal Sutra. We say it's showtime all the time. So, in any random moment, if a camera catches us, it's like our reality show at this point. And so the word spectacular includes the word spectacle. And when you can make something spectacular, you make it into a ceremony, into a performance. And when you can do that, it becomes less about trying to be a specific way and more about the sense of beingness that you emanate through just you showing up internally entirely. Oh, that's what I want to say today, guys. Ryan, any last words for the audience?
Set yourself free.
Set yourself free, guys. Let's get it. Upward Spiral Gang, may we never be the same again. Hit that subscribe button. You already know if you're new to the channel. Make sure you support it. May the flow be with you, and may you never be the same again. Let's go.